G'day legends, this is Redman here again, Inside the Game podcast. I have the wonderful Steph Lure with me. We're talking all things baseball and all things girls baseball today. And what the question I wanted to ask Steph today was, how can we encourage girls to keep playing baseball? And I'm hoping she can draw on her experiences as a girl coming through, playing right from T-ball now to coaching and playing as an adult. What are your thoughts on that, Steph? How can we encourage girls to keep playing baseball?
I believe that there's a lot out there for young girls, and hopefully there will be even more one day. I do believe we're still growing towards creating chances and creating possibilities for girls to stay in baseball. But in saying that, we need to be known and we need to be mindful of what these opportunities are. Not only as coaches, but as our support, so parents. But how can parents know if their coaches don't even know, or if their clubs don't even know about the opportunities that are out there? So I think it's very important to create education on what girls' baseball and women's baseball is and the pathways that we can go in. So you can choose what way you want to go. So girls don't have to go the complete elite path. They don't have to play for Australia. They don't have to do all these things if they just enjoy playing with other girls. There are social groups of just girls that play. There's more competitive. There's a level for every girl that wants to play baseball and whatever they desire from baseball. But we need to be more mindful and more educated on what these pathways are. There's tournaments out there that are created just for friendship series. So a friendship series is more that you learn about the community around you. You're playing for fun rather than a title, and you're learning while you're surrounded by a great community of young women who are growing and learning through the sport, and they're mostly taught and coached by women themselves that are in high positions. So it's amazing to see this visibility starting to form more in women's baseball.
Seeing a lot of those buzzwords again, right? Culture, community, and education. You know, these things are so important, you know. I know when I hear the word education, I sort of cringe and it sounds boring and I don't want to have to open a book too much if I can have to, but there's lots of stuff out there. There's YouTube videos, there's all kinds of things you can do to get educated. And what Steph's talking about is, you'd be surprised how many things are out there that we and you don't know about. Like, there are trailblazers out there before us that have had the same ideas as what we have, and they have wanted to do something good for girls. They've wanted to do something for women, and in anything you're trying to study, really. So if you get out there, you ask the questions to your association, ask the questions to your club, and say, what do you have in place? Is there anything in place already for the girls? And get yourself educated. Ask lots of questions, and education is power. You know, knowledge is power, and it's going to help you help the girls a lot. So, anything else, Steph? Anything else you'd like to add to how we keep the girls going in the game?
Signing girls up for tournaments is one of the best ways to create community. I think that's one of the biggest things that keeps girls in baseball, is knowing that there's others like them out there, and also treating them the same as you would a young boy. So you aren't hiding them in the field. You're putting as much effort into them as you are another player. You're treating them and talking to them in the same language of strategy and the complexities of baseball as you would a young boy. Just because you might think that they aren't understanding the strategies and understanding the little rules of baseball because they're quiet does not mean that they're not understanding. A lot of the girls are just quieter in the team, just because they are overshadowed by some big personalities sometimes. So they are understanding, they are behind the scenes, they're loving the game, they're learning the game more so, and you'll be surprised on how much little girls really pick up on the strategy and the understandings of the game. But we need to make sure we're including them in the learning and the development of the game, so they don't get to women's baseball and they're missing on these fundamental rules, and you get there and you're just like, how did you miss this? And they're like, oh, my coach just never thought to teach me that. But a boy their age would definitely know that. So I think it's just really good to keep including them in those conversations and keeping the same mentality you would a young boy to a young girl.
Yeah, I remember when we were speaking about starting our girls program that you said, when I asked you, because you're a real driver behind this program, and I said to you, what do you really want to achieve with this program? And you said, I want the girls to be taught all the same skills that you would teach a boys program. I want you to add the same skills and the same things we would teach an elite program. I want to be taught to the girls, because you said exactly what you said then. You said a lot of the girls will get to adulthood and they just don't know the basics. And where we've fallen down there, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's worked. What we've been doing with these girls in our girls program, and just trying to teach them these things that, you know, may be a little bit beyond them at first, and pushing them with it. It really has worked. So it's this is why we get you on here. This is why we're talking to Steph, because whether you agree or disagree with anything we say on here, remember, we're just here trying to help people and trying to help spread the love of the game. And you know, so everything that Steph's experience or my experience may not be exactly the same as yours, but it's her experience. She's lived it. That's why we got Steph on here. She's lived being a junior baseballer as a female. She's lived coming through the ranks. She still plays and coaches as a girl in our game. So it's so good to hear the insights from you, Steph. So thank you very much for coming on today again.
Thank you.
You're a legend. If you guys have got any questions, or you guys want to add the ways that you like to do these things, put them in the comments and we'll have a chat down there. That's it for today's episode of RBI Australia Inside the Game. Thanks for tuning in. If you picked up something new, make sure to share it with your team or hit replay. We'll be back soon with more tips, drills and insights to help you level up. And hey, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss an episode. Until next time, train smart, play hard and keep growing that game.
Bring swagger to every swing. XX Fusion batting gloves are built for control, comfort and serious style. Textured grip, pro-level feel, built for hitters who don't mess around. Match your gloves with XX bat grips. Printed or solid, every grip's made to pop and perform. Moisture resistant, ultra tacky, zero distractions. Available now in adult and youth sizes, online or in store. Gear up at RBI Australia, Smeaton Grange, Rouse Hill or at rbiaustralia.com.au. Shop XX today.